Hey, good morning, YouTube Nation of the Brian Speaks on Fashion. To the five people that probably still exist on it, uh, welcome back. Welcome back. In the words of the Almighty R, it's been a long time. I shouldn't have left you, but I got some things that I want to speak to, to paraphrase the God MC. I don't want to take too much time. It has been a long time. I just feel like being a little retro and going back to an old format. Uh, for those that will be seeing this for the first time, what I do on this channel is basically talk about a topic that's, kind of like a hot topic that's relevant, but try to approach it from a slightly different angle, giving a slightly different perspective on something that's being spoken about. And it's usually in the political or sociological realms. Today will be political, and I want to talk about strategy and two facets of it. One is it makes me things that makes me scratch my head about strategy, things that make me go, why are you not implementing this strategy, or why are you poorly executing a strategy? And I see two versions of that, one coming from one end and the other coming from the other, which of course we're talking about the Dems and the GOP. And the topic in relation to what this is all about is about the text messages that were recently exposed when it comes to GOP members texting Mark Meadows, trying to get him to persuade Donald Trump to call off the attempted insurrection and the attempted coup on government. Um, as far as the GOP side is concerned, I scratch my head because the thing that you would have, you know, throughout this whole situation from January 6th on at least, you would think that logically speaking that the best thing that the GOP could have done would have allowed things to play out um, in the sense of allowing the Democrats to push their uh, their agenda to try to get Trump, impeached and ousted, therefore eliminating him from ever trying to run for president again. Of course, they didn't do that, which in itself I just saw as a very stupid strategy because you could tell like the people who still run the GOP, the old time, old school people, the McConnells of the world and such, did not want to transform into the party that Trump transformed it into. That was the perfect opportunity for them to get up out from under that and allow the Democrats to also play the villain at the same time. You had everything set up to be able to have everything your way and still come out looking like the good people, and you threw all that away because of a very, very virulent, loud minority faction within your system party. Um, the people who followed Trump could have been swayed otherwise. Once you take somebody away from something for long enough, and some form of rational thinking kicks in, they can, be shown a better path, so to speak. And although I don't see the GOP as presenting a better path per se, a path away from the fascism that Trump was trying to get down with would be a better path. It would probably go back to a more conventional style of GOP system, minus some civilities, but it would have been a hell of a lot better than the road we were traveling. So again, they threw away this wonderful strategic opportunity only to be kind of held in this twilight zone prison of purgatory these last 4 years because Trump is still looming, his shadow is still looming over them because he wasn't impeached. Therefore, he gets to still kind of lurk in the shadows and somewhat torture them about, in regards to being able to run again and turn everything, flip everything upside down. They now have an opportunity to kind of do something similar, and I see them as not following what would be a better strategy. With the text message situation, they have the ability to allow these people who were caught to basically play as the fall people. The Jim Jordans and the Rick Perrys of the world. And Rick Perry, I don't even think Rick Perry is even in office anymore, as far as I can recall. So they have perfect fall guys set up, probably a couple more if they wanted to expose the emails the way that they could. And they could allow the process to play out to where the Democrats can run these folks out, have charges brought up on Trump, effectively making him disqualified from being able to run for president again. And I mean, and go through the whole pomp and circumstance show, because it's all theater basically. I mean, we can't, let's not kid ourselves and think that like legitimate charges will actually be instituted against these people. These people will not go to jail for being treasoners, even though they are. But therein lies my point. Although no legitimate, tangible circumstances will come about these people, you can play the strategic game when you win in the long run by getting rid of these people and taking them out of positions of future power by making them the fall people. And you get to be the higher moral, bastion of the GOP party. And you get to carry the people and lead them to a better path, so to speak. So on the Democratic side, what I see is not so much of doing that, but their lack of veracity in attacking this situation continues to astound me, which is always it seems to be a recurring theme when it comes to Democrats anyway, is their lack of showing an intensity and a conviction in their moral code when it comes to stuff. Like they'll scream righteous indignation on MSNBC and stuff like that and CNN, but they don't really go hard, and that's always been their problem. This is the perfect opportunity for them to show themselves as the ethically higher side and really, really turn the screws on the GOP and press them to do what should be done, which is, which would be more of the ethically right thing to do. So again, it's like you have a strategy, but you poorly execute it. I don't understand that. Like, you have every opportunity to turn several tables. Who knows what that could lead to going forward? Like, you may not be able to reverse certain things. Like, you may not be able to get Supreme Court judges, revoked from positions that were given to them and stuff like that, thereby reversing a lot of statutes that are now being held in jeopardy or in limbo right now. But like, getting rid of certain people also invokes the argument that you have to go back to the things that they instituted. And you may be able to revoke a lot of things in terms of constitution, lawmaking, things like that, that could possibly help people. Things that were used to oppress people can be lifted off of people. Like I said, the Jim Jordans of the world, the Rick Perrys of the world, they helped bring bills into law that adversely affected millions of people. So even if they don't go to jail or serve any kind of real penance, you still basically render them impotent going forward. Like, they will be political pariahs and their careers would be killed on the spot. So yeah, they still got their money, they still got their come up, but it came at a price. So now I don't foresee either side implementing the correct strategy, because history dictates that they have not done so as of even right now as I'm talking. So I don't have any confidence that these things would happen. I'm just pointing out my view of confusion as to why certain strategies are not implemented when it's right there, it's right in front of you, and you get to still look like the ethically right people. So where is the loss in that? All right, you'll have millions of Trump followers uptight in their feelings, going wild, swearing off the Republican Party. But you know, when 2024 comes, they're going to vote for the person that you put in front of them. Same way Democrats do it to their constituency, they give you who they want you to have. And it'll be the same thing with the Republican Party, and it gives you a couple of years to coax those people, and make them feel better about where they're being led, to a better place. I don't understand people in institutions that don't execute what strategically is the better move, especially when you're playing the long game. And, that's more or less where my point lied. So hopefully some aspects of this will kind of organically happen, you know, and I'm hopeful that people will at least be able to see the complicity of these people in this situation, because I don't like the downplaying of what January 6th actually was. Like, these people committed treason. Treason is supposed to be the worst of the worst things you could ever do when you're trying to overthrow government. That was what happened on January 6th. Let the record state that that's what the attempt was. And when you can actually link complicity between the people who tried to overthrow the actual Congress, the people that rolled up in there and tried to literally find and kill people, Congress people, to actual Congress people, like, it doesn't get any easier than that. That is like, that's not even a softball. That's a wiffle ball, man. Like, come on. People should smash that out of the park. Makes no sense to me. But it's just something I wanted to point out, and I just wanted to do something. Hopefully I'll keep it going, Maybe we'll see where this goes. Such as, kind of like life. Got to see where it goes. Let me know what your thoughts are. Give me some kind of acknowledgement to know that at least I wasn't talking to myself, if nothing else. And stay blessed. Much love. Later.